Yo, what's up guys? This is Rise and welcome to another video where today I am going through a Spring Cup team I used on stream to go on a 10-0 run. We had back-to-back 5-0 sets, then we even had a 4-1 set, and the other two sets were 2-3 and 2-2-1. So overall, it was 18-6-1 on the day. Rise, what's that extra one you're talking about? We tied a game, and Empoleon, Shadow Kingdra, and Tropia is the squad. Kingdra is ranked number 165 in the Spring Cup, but it shows you sometimes you gotta take those PV Poke rankings with a grain of salt. Nothing against you, Matt. I love you, bro. You're the GOAT of this community. This PvP scene would not be where it's at without the legendary PV Poke. But sometimes the rankings, I'm sure he would even say, can be a little bit misleading. And Shadow Kingdra performed way better than the number 165 on the PV Poke rankings. Here we are against this Poliwrath. We shielded the Icy Wind, and we're going to let this go because he only did 5. He only got to Power Up Punch. So we're able to take the Power Up Punch here. We know that there's a Dugong waiting for us, which is concerning. They actually elect to come in with the Tentac, knowing that it's not going to be quite as threatened by the Leaf Blades here. I'm going to overfarm, make sure I have extra energy in case he tries to like hard swap into Dugong. Going to fire off the Leaf Blade here. I am debuffed, so I elect to actually swap. I get lucky. I get bailed out here. My opponent could have farmed me down. I thought maybe I'd reach a move. I wasn't going to reach the move, but he probably thought like there's no reason I would make a mistake that bad. So he's like, oh, he's probably going to get to a move. So we, maybe that was a big brain play, a bad play. That was actually a big brain play. And now we're going to get acid sprayed. Got to save this shield. And at this point, I'm thinking he's those 2 shields. I'm just going to commit to fast moves. I am just going to commit to fast moves. We are debuffed, so we're going to have to shield this Icy Wind. We are committing to the Dragon Breath damage. We get the farm down, and Tentacruel is too low. Oh, it does jab us down, but one air slash does the trick, and we're able to secure a victory here in game number 1. This team was a ton of fun. Also, I got to shout out Mountain Dugong. We were struggling in Spring Cup the day before, and he was recommending to try out Kingdra Trevenant Core. And I was like, okay. But then I thought about it, and I was like, you know, I have a Shadow Kingdra I haven't used yet that I could build. So let's try it out today. And I probably wouldn't have thought to use Kingdra if not for Mountain Dugong suggesting it. And this team ended up going quite well. We saw a lot of Tropia leads today, which Empoleon does quite well against with that super effective Drill Peck. You pace the same to the first 2 moves. Our opponent swaps into Dugong. I could have done 6 and thrown here. Instead, I did 4 and through because he was 1 turn behind after the swap in. So I could have theoretically done 6 and thrown there for proper timing. Now we're going to see Dugong fire a move. I am going to let it go, and we have to come in with Kingdra here, of course. Tropia does not want to take these Ice Shards. Really debating whether I want to shield here or not. I feel like either could make sense. We're kind of trying to predict what's in the back, and I wasn't sure if I was better off just saving shields for Tropia or not. I felt like the safer play was to preserve some health here on Kingdra. I go for the Outrage here, just to, again, playing it safe. It seems like we're playing this game as safe as possible. We're in a rough-looking spot here, though. Our opponent with this Shadow Shiny Poly is ahead on energy. They get off the Icy Wind. Our opponent, I think, makes a bit of a mistake. He swaps in the Tropius, maybe trying to catch a Leaf Blade. And in doing that, I'm like, you know what? I can eat an Aerial Ace fully farmed down. I make a mistake. I'm playing so scuffed here. I unnecessarily do 1 extra. At this point, I think I should just be going for these Leaf Blades. And that's what I do here. I just go for it instantly. Forget about the timing. Just go for the Leaf Blade. And then 1 air slash does it. Once again, I think our opponent could have played that a little better and might have been able to beat us if they simply just stayed in with their Poliwrath against our Tropius. Because they could have shielded right and then landed that Icy Wind on our Trop. But it happens. You know what I'm about to say. Who knows what I'm about to say? Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has those days. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. Everybody gets that way. Nobody's perfect. Another Tropius, as we talked about. They swap into Sea King. I don't have an obvious answer, so I'm going to throw Drill Peck. And then I'm probably going to dip into the Kingdra if it connects, which it does. And here we are hoping that we can Dragon Breath down before Sea King can get to a second move. It's currently at 8, so it's 5 away from the next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just barely gets the Dragon Breath down. Shadow Kingdra. A lot of these games would like do just enough damage to get farm downs. It was working so well. Outrage connects. Look at all this work the Kingdra is putting in. We do concede a big farm to this Tropia, so this could be concerning with all this energy it has. But Empoleon can take 1 Leaf Blade. Can't really take 2 Leaf Blades from a Tropius, but we can eat 1. And then I'm going to go for the catch here on the second Leaf Blade, knowing he would be lured into kind of having to throw right away to get it off first. Unfortunately, we're met by a Dugong here, which is not good at all for our Tropius. So this is looking pretty rough, to be honest. We do still have both of our shields. And I'm like, do I shield? Do I not shield? And I end up deciding not to shield because I recognize that there's no fast move pressure here against my Empoleon. The charge moves are threatening, and I know I'm probably going to get Icy Wind baited here, but at this stage in the game, I kind of have to shield, even if I know it's an Icy Wind. Otherwise, fast moves might be enough to knock me out. So, going for the Drill Peck here. We are debuffed. We're trying to keep track of the opponent's energy. And another move coming through. Once again, I know it's likely an Icy Wind. I still have to shield. And now we're going to farm as much as we can. We throw on the charge attack priority after 6 Steel Wings. He was on his 4 cycle. Will this be enough? Debuffed. It's enough. And then can we get to the move against Tropius? Yes, we can. And Empoleon, in a very dire looking situation, pulls out the win. I was pretty happy with that one. If our opponent had caught the Drill Peck onto Tropius in the endgame there, that was their win condition. But I was pretty happy with how we played that game to find a win there. Next battle, queuing up. Queuing up. We're also trying to make a veteran push. See, we're in the 2400s. Empoleon versus another Tropius. Dude, I wasn't lying. My memory was serving correctly. Lots of Tropius. They swapped Shadow Poly. I counter swapped Tropius. I've seen so many Power Up Punch Polys. I tried to call a Power Up Punch and I'm unsuccessful. So probably a pretty bad play there by me. Way too risky. I get off the Leaf Blade. And once again, I think our opponent makes a slight error here. I think he could have got the counter down, but instead he threw energy. I'm like, I might be at 1 HP. I'm not going to risk getting KO'd through the shield. If you didn't know, charge moves do 1 HP worth of damage if they are shielded. And now we go for the energy lead. I am a little concerned of like a Lantern. Instead, it's a Quag. And Quag is not quite as bad here for Emma. It's still not good by any means, but not quite as bad. And I am going to decide to shield because I'm thinking either I can force the last shield from him or knock out his Quagsire. I'm going to go for the Drill Peck here. I'm not sure why. They're the same energy, so. And we actually knock it out. And now I'm thinking, this is awkward. I decide to shield because I really need to get off this Drill Peck. Unfortunately, he gets there first. I'm like, oh no. Is this going to be enough to knock out? If this knocks out my Empoleon, we're going to lose. But Empoleon hangs on, gets off the Drill Peck, and we have an Outrage banked. Tropius only has 1 air slash of energy, and we're going to go for the Outrage. We need this to do some outrageous damage to knock out the Tropius, and it does so. Shadow Kingdra, the king of the high seas. Uh-oh, Pirate King. I think Kingdra is coming for your title. Hello, kings and queens of the high seas. Kingdra is here to take over. Kingdra is like the Atlantis mascot. Empoleon has the trident on its face. Wow, this team is kind of epic if you think about it. And Tropius just has like some bananas on his face. Kind of weird. Empoleon versus Jelly. I feel like both of our back Pokemon are better against Jelly than Empoleon, so we're just going to save swap the Kingdra. And one thing we're going to notice is Kingdra is quite safe in this meta. If they don't have a Fairy-type Pokemon, Kingdra does quite well. And we're going to go for the Octazooka here to threaten to knock out the Trevenant. Octazooka gets the debuff. We called heads that time. It landed on heads. And now we can afford to live this Seed Bomb, just barely, by the way. And Kingdra able to flip switch advantage. Shadow Kingdra was definitely, I'd say, the MVP of this team. Tropius now with a favorable matchup against Jelly, as long as they're not running Ice Beam, which most of them are not going to be running. And we're going to take the Shadow Ball. That's just under half health to us. Over farming a little bit. You're going to see me wait, and then he still catches. So, like, I don't know if my game just didn't visually update there or if he actually waited. Kind of annoying, but nice play by the opponent. And we're going to come in here with Emp, and I'm thinking I can probably get the full farm down here. I think he would only get to a Weather Ball if he even has Weather Ball. So we are going to get the full farm down. He's probably running Icy Wind, and now we're going to get off this energy. We just need to force a shield from this Jelly, and we should be chilling. This was a little risky because I think he had the Surf there. So if he had thrown the Surf, I might have been in some trouble because the Surf probably would have knocked out. So I get a little bit lucky there with a bit of a miscue, and he kind of lost track of our Empoleon's energy. Plus, honestly, he needed to have a move banked, so he needed to have like Surf plus Shadow Ball to knock out our Empoleon with the Surf, and then have a Shadow Ball ready for the charge attack priority against the Tropius. That is a 5-0 set, ladies and gents, and at 24-24. We'll see how close this puts us to that 2,500 mark to try and hit that veteran rank. Marini, the meanie. Just kidding. I don't know if Marini is a meanie. Could be very nice for all we know. I think that was a YouTube video? Did we ever do a Marini as a meanie? It rings such a bell. I feel like that was a YouTube video. Man, we've done so many videos at this point. 24.97, 3 points shy of veteran rank. Shout out to all the veterans serving our country out there. We appreciate your service. We're trying to hit veteran in the Go Battle League. Not quite as significant, but an achievement and a milestone nonetheless. Tough lead here. So we're going to save swap Kingdra into the Quag, and they're staying in. Signifies they probably don't have an obvious answer to the Kingdra. They're going to go for a Mud Bomb here, likely. They could go for a Stone Edge, but all they really need is double Mud Bombs, a little more efficient. I elect not to throw because Octazooka wouldn't quite knock out anyway. So I'm going to overfarm instead. Throw before they get to their next Mud Bomb here. Will the opponent elect to shield or will they let it go? They are going to let it go. So they just take their shield advantage. They come in with Quackwivel. I'm like, what the heck? And we're going to go for the Octazooka here. I wasn't sure if I'd reach the Outrage. And we actually get the shield. That's big. That is big for us. Quackwivel, if you're not familiar with, has Aerial Ace Close Combat. We still can't afford to take Close Combat on our Emp, so we're forced to come in with Tropius. They swap Pelipper, which we don't have an obvious answer for. So I'm going to Leaf Blade to chip it and then come in with Empoleon. So now I just need to land one Drill Peck, and this is going to make this matchup quite, I'm tripping up on my words, quite a bit easier for our Empoleon. The Emperor Penguin against the Pelican. Two birds going head-to-head, and now we're in a really solid situation because he has to go for close combat to knock us out, and if he does that, he's going to be debuffed, and our Tropius can simply air slash down. We would live in Aerial Ace from this range, but I decide just to be respectful. Use my shield. Didn't really need to shield the Aerial Ace there. Let me know what you guys like to do. Do you guys like to flex the shields when you can? Or do you just like, I might as well shield. He's going to get to one move. I'll play it safe. I'll shield this little Aerial Ace. And that moves the win streak to 6 in a row. Next battle. Here we go. Juju Apple is the opponent. Pharaoh, not the best Pokemon for this team. Beats Empoleon, but Empoleon can hold its own, right? We're able to dish out neutral Drill Pecks, and we're only taking neutral damage. So It's not a favorable matchup for Empoleon, but Empoleon can hold its own here. We are going to eat the Power Whip to the face. Ow. Going to go for another Drill Peck here. Empoleon just trying to soft lose this matchup if we can. And then I do one Steel Wing, and I'm unsuccessful in the catch. So he saw it. It's definitely not going to be a Power Whip. It's a Flash Cannon. That's going to hurt our Tropius. In comes Tentacruel. So this is not ideal by any means. But it's not the end of the world just yet. We go for the Leaf Blade. It connects. We should reach another one, hopefully. And we do. We actually got the damage registration error here. So a bit lucky to get this move off. Things are going our way. And now we're faced with a weird decision. Like, some of these Tentacruel are running Sludge Wave, which would just decimate our Kingdra. So we're going to respect it. We go for a catch. We're unsuccessful. But at least we force Tentacruel to expend energy anyway to knock out our Empoleon. Acid Spray doesn't knock out. I was hoping maybe I could farm and come out with a move, but it's a Simul KO. And there's a Roserade in the back. And I'm thinking, do I bother going for the Octazooka, or do I just fully commit to fast moves here? I'm like, I think I just fully commit to fast moves. These Dragon Breaths are chunking so fast. And then the Pharaoh is so low. For some reason, I felt the need to throw Zuka. There's really no reason to throw Zuka here unless I had two of them. But we get the debuff for no reason. And we're able to get the win. I'm not sure why I bothered throwing the Zuka there. It was kind of like a panic throw the energy. I think I forgot how low the Pharaoh was. So I think I had already made up my mind that like I needed to throw two Octazookas, but obviously it was so low. We were going to reach a second Octazooka anyway before Dragon Breath's knocked out. Now we're facing Blepnir, fellow streamer. Shout out to Blepnir. Really funny guy. Feel free to go check out his Twitch channel. And Empoleon versus Tropius. I would say a positive matchup for us here. What is this, like the fourth Tropius lead we've seen versus our Empoleon? Rise! No reason you went 10-0 other than you just keep leading Empoleon into Tropius. My grandma could have went 10-0. I don't know about that, Carlos. But Empoleon going to win the charge attack priority here, calling that he would throw right away. I'm getting ready to potentially pivot out because we don't want to give him a big farm down. He's taking a while before coming in. So it's his own Empoleon, which makes me think like, I wonder if I should have swapped because Tropius doesn't really want to see this Empoleon. So maybe I should have just stayed in and chipped and then come in with Kingdra. We're going to go for the Octazooka bait here. This is a little bit awkward. We do grab the shield, no debuff. So he's able to farm us down. And this is looking kind of awkward, man. Kind of awkward. We have an Empoleon against us with lots of energy. I do lag a turn there, but it didn't really matter because I think this Hydro Cannon is going to knock us out anyway. And now we go for Tropius. Gonna start having to expend shields, right? And I'm thinking, what could be in the back? Is it something that I want to save a shield for? I go for the Leaf Blade here. Leaf Blade is going to grab his final shield. He goes for a Drill Peck. I'm like debating, do I shield? Do I let it go? I'm thinking, okay, Drill Peck will probably do more than anything else I'm going to see. In comes a Golisopod. And I'm going to go for the Aerial Ace here. An Aerial Ace from Golisopod shouldn't be enough to knock us out. So I'm thinking Empoleon probably reaches a move before going down. I think my best chance here is to commit to the farm down and make sure I have a move stored, which I do. Empoleon not quite at the move yet. And Leaf Blade will obviously be enough to knock out this low health Empoleon for a G to the G. Great game there against Blepnir. That was extremely close there. I think his Empoleon was within like 2 Steel Wings from the Drill Peck there. Game starts airing out, acting all weird here. We try to queue a bunch of times and it's not letting us. I was joking. It's like, yo, what is this? Rise just won 8 games in a row. This is unheard of for him. We need to try and find the hard counters now. Just joking, of course. And we're going to search. 2 battles remaining in the video. In el video. Battle starting. we're facing Tanner. One of my college roommates was named Tanner. Empoleon versus Tentac. Neutral matchup here. They swap into Dugong. This time I am going to be able to throw after 6 right away since there was a 1-turn swap. Peck will connect. And Dugong, if you guys decide to run this team yourselves, is a bit awkward. You don't have an obvious answer for it. Empoleon is like neutral-ish. Of course, the drill run does a lot. And then Kingdra is also kind of neutral-ish. So here I'm like really debating. I'm like, do I want to bother using a shield here? Especially since he might Icy Wind bait me. And luckily he doesn't Icy Wind bait me. So we get the farm down. I'm hoping maybe I get a shield back against something. We know it was a Tentacruel lead. What's going to come in? Let's see. It's a Poliwrath. So we're able to get off this Peck, which is quite nice because this would do a lot to the Poliwrath. Peck goes unshielded. So we're going to come in with Tropius. And I'm thinking, okay, I kind of have to save my shield for the Kingdra, in my opinion. And then I just going to blind swap expecting him to swap. And here we have to think about where we want to use our Protect Shield because this is only an Acid Spray or a Scald. So I'm able to take it. I know Acid Spray doesn't really do much damage and Scald is double resisted. We go straight for Octazooka and no debuff there. We called tails. It was heads. So this is looking kind of tough, but keep in mind that Poliwrath was quite low. And we're going to get a nice little farm down here. We shield the Scald. We're 2 away, so the best timing here is to do 1 in throw and then 1 in throw and hope Poliwrath doesn't get to a move. First Leaf Blade grabs the final shield. We're 1 away, and we get off the Leaf Blade. And Tropius able to secure the victory here. Good game. Everything going right in this in these couple of sets. And these are all together. These are not cut or anything. I know, hard to believe, right? Rise, winning 10 games in a row. Stream, call it what you want, streamer luck. But we're trying to get it done here. And Empoleon versus Empoleon, the mirror match for the potential 10-0. We are going to take, I think I mess up this game. I go for the Peck. I was talking to chat and I just like wasn't thinking, and I go for the Peck, dude. You do not want to go for Peck here. Hydro Cannon is a much more efficient move. For some reason, dude, I went for the Peck. I think SS Thorn said something, and I was talking to SS Thorn, and I go for the Peck, dude. I don't know why, but we're pretending it's calculated. It gives us the extra farm. In comes Roserade, which you'd rather see on our Kingdra here. He goes for Weather Ball. That was only 7, so I know this has to be a Weather Ball, which is double resisted. We're able to take it. I'm going to go for the Zuka. I wasn't confident enough I could Dragon Breath down before I got jabbed down there. So I go for the Zuka. He lets it go. In comes Trev. And we're chilling. Empoleon double grass. Makes a lot of sense right there. Weak to Lantern in the lead. 2 grass types in the back. And that is a second consecutive 5-0. We would end up losing the 11th game, so the streak did end at 10 games. Yo, close up on me. Oh, I think I was joking here. I'm wearing the same shirt too. It's Riception. The joke was I think that I started the joke back when like the whole Last Dance thing was happening, which was a long time ago. It was a reference to that where obviously there was that meme where like Michael Jordan was like, I took that personal, and we started the joke because Michael Jordan, there's a famous story where he like he was such a cold-blooded assassin as we hit the veteran rank 2570 that he would like make up circumstances or things that like people were doubting him just to give himself motivation. So there was a story where like he pretended after he lost a game, someone like came up to him and gave him like a sarcastic almost or like a patronizing like good game buddy, and he used that as motivation to like destroy them the next time. And the guy got interviewed, he's like, I never did that. So basically we have the inside joke we do on stream sometimes where we're like, they said Rise would never hit ace rank. They said Rise would never hit veteran rank, even though I don't know if anyone's saying that. Maybe let me know in the comments. Anybody doubting that we can hit expert rank? Comment down below if Rise can hit expert rank or not this season. But anyway, we're just goofing around here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to drop a like, subscribe to the channel. If you're new around here, comment down below. All comments are appreciated from you little rascals. And all that said, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.